We spent 10 days in Europe visiting London, Paris, Lucerne, and Munich. We left June 17th and returned June 26th, so we spent 10 days abroad. In London, we started, of course, with Big Ben Parliament at a distance and the London Eye. We also visited Buckingham Palace to see the changing of the guard. In our free time, a part of our group visited the Tower of London. We toured that and saw the crown jewels and some other interesting things. Okay, when we got to Paris, we first visited the Cathedral of Notre Dame. We didn't tour the building, huge line outside of the church. So we also visited Sacré-Cœur, or Cathedral of the Sacred Heart, I know is what it means, which sits on top of a mountain outside the city and has an awesome view of the city. Of course, we saw the Eiffel Tower. We visited the Louvre Museum, and our final night in Paris, we took a boat ride along the Seine to see some of those sites at a different viewpoint. We actually stayed outside the city of Lucerne about 20 minutes in a little village in the middle of the Alps. So our first day in Switzerland really was sightseeing around the hotel. A walk about 1 mile up the road, and it was a very rural, deserted road, but it felt like we were home. Our day in the city of Lucerne, we did some sightseeing, and some of our group visited Mount Pilatus, which was one of the highest peaks in Switzerland. So they took a little boat ride to the top of the mountain and then rode little cable cars down the mountain. Okay, on our way to Munich, we stopped in Liechtenstein just to add country number 5 to our travels and get our passport stamped. And then before we arrived in Munich, we stopped and visited the Neuschwanstein Castle. While we were in Munich, we saw the Nymphenburg Palace, the BMW Museum. We drove by the Olympic Stadium. We visited the Hofbräuhaus, Hard Rock Cafe, which everyone's familiar with, and we also visited Dachau concentration camp. I don't think many of them got homesick, but I do think that they were ready to come home. Sometimes they weren't as understanding about even some of the foods. They were a little hesitant to taste or try. Our first night in London, we had hummus, which I've had. I think lots of people have, but I don't think that's what they were expecting. That was the most exotic of our meals, and aside from that, they were pretty open to trying new things. Just transportation within the cities was an issue, specifically in Paris with our large group. Traveling to our restaurant for dinner the first night was a challenge because we were traveling during rush hour and the subway metro was so packed that there's no way we could get our group of 43 on there. And just when we thought we were going to have to split our group and then meet up on the other end, fortunately some space freed up and we were already all able to crowd on one car. I certainly hope that it opened their eyes to the fact that the world is quite different than what they've been exposed to in their young age, and I certainly hope that it's given them an appreciation for what they have here as well. And I certainly hope that it's inspired many of them to continue traveling throughout their lives as well and put that passport to use, because I think travel experience is the best teacher out there.